Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a foundation review. So I have super oily skin. I'm saying oily like I am a shiny mess within 2 hours of putting on my foundation. And because I am a bride-to-be, I want to find a foundation that's gonna last super long all day during my wedding through the dancing and the sweating and the tears. So I thought I would try some out and show you guys kind of what I feel about them. So today I'm going to try out the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, and I'm in number 15. And I didn't actually buy the entire package, so I will post a picture here of what it looks like. But I just went to Sephora and they just gave me this little sample here. So this is what I'm gonna try out. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I've already cleansed, washed my face and put on my lotion, and now I'm gonna go in with the Professional, and this is for minimizing my pores. And I probably wouldn't use just this primer alone on my wedding day. I would probably use an oil absorbing primer as well, but this is one that I know is tried and true. I use it all the time, so I don't want to try anything else that I'm not too sure about yet that might affect the foundation. So I'm just gonna put this right on. And I put this all in my T-zone because just like most oily people will see is that their pores are bigger in the areas that they produce the most oil. So me is definitely like most people, and that's just in the T-zone. Okay, so next I'm going to go in and I am going to use my, this is just a concealer brush. I believe it's by Bare Essentials. And I'm not too sure exactly how this should be applied. So I'm going to apply it with my concealer brush first and then go in and blend it out, probably with a beauty blender, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and take a little bit of the product and put it right on the back of my hand. Now I did swatch this at Sephora and it seemed like it would be a little bit dry and would cling to some places on my skin. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. So let's just get started. So I'm just gonna do one side first because I have a feeling this is gonna dry fairly quickly. So let's see here. It definitely is a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And I'm just using a damp beauty blender. And you never want to wipe down with a beauty blender because that's just going to streak the product and take it all off. So you just want to do dabbing motions. So I want to see if I can build this up to more of like a medium coverage. Right now this is looking, I would say, light to medium. So let's see if we can get it a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go in and put a little bit more here on my brush and just go in the places where I have redness and blemishes. And then also never ever forget to bring it down your neck, because even if the color is off a little bit or if it oxidizes in any way, you're gonna have that mess. So always bring it down, especially on your wedding day. I would suggest even bringing it down further onto like the décolleté, just to make sure that everything blends out really nicely. Okay, so that is one side done. Let's see. So my first impression is that it actually looks fairly good. I do have this blemish that's healing right here, and it seems like it might be sticking to like the scab just a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna do the other side and then come right back. Okay, so I just finished putting on the other side. So my first opinion, this side is definitely completely set already. and it definitely is that velvety matte finish, but it looks like it does still come off, so it might not be completely set because I did just pull a little bit of that foundation off. Let's see. It also was a little bit hard to blend out. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the easiest that I've ever been able to blend anything out. After looking at it, it is a pretty porcelain finish. I do have a little bit of breakup around the nose already. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just around here, the product didn't hold as well as I would have liked it to. So it does look a little bit cakey and like it's clinging to dry patches, even though I really don't have any. That's kind of the look it's giving me just around my nose. Alright, so now I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and kind of show you guys what it looks like finished and how the concealer blended out and everything like that. Okay, so I am back. I just put on the rest of my makeup, and so far I'm really liking it. I do find here that it does cake up a little bit around the nose area. And it also looks very, very powdery. So if you are even normal skinned to dry, I would absolutely not get this foundation at all. I think that this is definitely aimed towards the oily skin girls like myself, because it dried down to a very, very matte finish. I feel like I almost didn't even need to powder. So yeah, I did go and put a setting powder all over. So I'm going to do some housework, go to lunch, and then I will be back. So right now it is 1:56. So I will be back around 4:30 to give you guys an update on how this is holding up. Back for the first review. It is now 4:07. So it has been about, I want to say 2.5 hours now that I've had this foundation on. So let's kind of see what my initial thoughts are. Okay, so my very initial thoughts are that it looks better now than it did when I first put it on. It's not as powdery anymore. If you guys can kind of see, some of my natural oils have finally come through. So it's looking like I have more color to my skin. I'm not as ghostly and dry and patchy, which I like. But with that being said, I am already getting oily, and it is only the 2-hour mark, which worries me just a bit, because if this is what it looks like at 2 hours, I have no idea what it's going to look like at the 7 and 8 hour mark. And that is when it's a really tried and true foundation for me, is when it lasts up to that 8-hour mark and past it. So far I'm not hating it, but if it continues to get as oily this fast, then this is going to be an absolute fail by the end of the night. So we will check back here in a couple of hours and see how it's looking. Alright, so we are now at the 8-hour mark, and unfortunately this foundation was an absolute fail. So I don't know if you guys can see, but right around here it completely came off on my nose, all around here. It just caked up and is a mess. I'm so greasy, it's just coming off all over my fingers. So unfortunately this foundation did not hold up to the test. My camera did actually die, so that's why I'm filming this on my laptop, but hopefully you guys can see that this foundation did not last up to my oily skin, unfortunately. So I would probably give this foundation a 3 out of 5, because it did look great come the 2-3 hour mark, but after that it just completely went downhill. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review and that it was helpful for you, and I will be back next week for another foundation to try out. Alrighty guys, see you next time. Bye.